What's going on, everyone? Talon back here, and today we're going to answer the same question that we ask every single TANABATA celebration. Which of these units here on the screen in front of you are the best of the best, or which one should you pick with your delicate wish strips here? All right. So if this is your first time having to, be part of this TANABATA celebration on the JP side of the game, for the last 3 years now, we always get 7 of these wish strips, which you can then take into the Baba shop and you exchange for these SSRs, okay? There are no Dokkan Fest units or anything like that, so a lot of these cards you've probably seen on banners for a long time. You'll notice a lot of them are old, but over time, obviously, some of them got easy A, some of them are definitely really good and everything like that. So I think that it's a very good idea just to go over, because a lot of people are always asking like, hey, I've got more of a newer account. What should I go for? Others are asking, look, I've got a pretty aged account. Who should I really be going for? Maybe snag the final dupe or something like that to rainbow them or something, whatever the case may be. And I do want to put a huge emphasis on this, that this is my own personal opinion, and by no means that my top 7 it should be the only ones you pick. And then if you already have these cards rainbow, then obviously go for somebody else. There are a ton of backup ones, and even though I've only got my top 7 here, it was really hard to pick from, because a lot of these cards are very good. I can tell you right now, runners up in terms of cards that just barely missed it are going to be anything from like the Super Saiyan 2 Goku's here, the AGL and the TEQ one, to the Metal Cooler, because I feel like Metal Cooler, because he's an amazing support obviously. I just feel like a lot of people probably have him already, and maybe some of these other cards that I picked, maybe you don't necessarily have, or they're kind of overlooked, I would say. And so I think they're very good options to have. There are also some other cards that just received easy A's that I'm not putting in this list because I've used them, and I feel like the other cards that I've put into this list in terms of my top 7 are just a little bit better. Cards like that include the AGL Caulifla and the Physical Kale. By no means bad units or anything, just simply I think these other cards that I personally have on my list are just overall better and can be used in more situations, and I think can work more on better teams. So that's just my personal opinion, okay? The same thing goes for, I don't have the Physical Bergadmo that everyone loves, right? I don't have him on my list, but he's not a bad card to pick up or anything like that, right? Obviously, another good option is always like the INT Zamas. He is an extremely amazing card, and I easily say pick him up if you want to. But I understand that a lot of people probably won't. For me myself, I picked up INT Mai, but INT Mai is not on my list. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this, okay? Real quickly, guys, I want to iterate something real quick that I'm just kind of placing into this video randomly. I'm literally making this after I've already finished making this video. But regardless, real quickly, just to note, there are 7 wish strips in total from missions and login bonuses, and there will be some that you can get from Purunga. So if you do not choose this as one of your wishes from Purunga, which will be available at the end of next week in terms of us getting all 7 Dragon Balls, it's officially started now. Follow me over on Twitter. I update that link every single day. Then you're not going to get the 7 wish strips, okay? You're going to get, I think, around 5 usually. It's either 4 or 5, okay? So if you don't want all 7 wish strips and you want to use your wishes for other things, that's totally fine. Just note, if you're wondering why you don't have your 7th wish strip, it's because Purunga is the way you have to get your last few, okay? Just want to keep that in mind right there. There are 7 in total, missions and login bonuses, and then Purunga itself, okay? Anyway, back to my list. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into my top 7 here. Now, I will say this is in no particular order, so just by simply saying whoever my first person is, that doesn't mean they're the top of the list or the bottom of the list or something. I just randomly was on Dokkan Wiki, shout out to the Dokkan Wiki as always, and just said, okay, here we go. Yep, I just want the information up for you guys, okay? The one on the end, though, is going to be something that I think a lot of people think is a good option for your wish strip, and if you want to, by all means, go ahead, but I'm personally going to explain why I personally think he is not worth grabbing, or maybe not focusing so much all of your wish strips on, simply because he's about to get an easy A, and that should be a big hint to you guys, okay? So my first card that I want to go ahead and start off with is going to be the TEQ Bra, okay, or Bulla, however you want to pronounce your name, because Bulla is technically from the Japanese, and Bra is from the English, or it might be swapped. I don't remember. I haven't watched GT in forever, but whatever. Bottom line, her leader skill is not really the important thing. It's her passive skill. Her passive skill gives all allies Ki +3 and attack up 40%. Chance of evading an enemy's attack, including super attack, goes up by 30% for each Peppy Gals category ally on the team. Okay, now she's on obviously Peppy Gals, she's on Hybrid Sand, she's on Vegeta's family, she's amazing on Vegeta's family, she's on Youth, and she's on Sibling Bond. And Sibling Bond is still a very good team to this day because they have the Go Bros and everything. So overall, a lot of people look at Bulla or Bra, however you want to say it, just simply as an amazing support unit for these particular categories. Her passive skill is never really going to fade out. I mean, 3 key and 40% attack to all allies is amazing. Heck, you can run her on a super team if you want to. You don't have to have her in the categories. But again, she also, works on the Vegeta family, especially Siblings, Bond, Peppy Gals, Hybrid Sands, all that stuff. She's amazing to have in there. There are some dodges in there. And, you know, on the side note, she also happens to massively raise her attack, or, you know, super greatly raises her attack every single super attack, and that stacks. Now, I'm not saying that you should be having her on rotation every single turn and trying to take on, you know, like a much longer UI Goku event or something, or Infinite Dragon Ball History event, because, you know, or she's got really no defense or anything like that. But regardless, throw some dodges in there. You know, if you happen to have another Peppy Gals card on the team, she's gonna be dodging like crazy, and she's gonna be just fine, unless of course they nullify it. So it is what it is. But overall, I think Bulla is one of the best units on this list, and if you don't have her, then pick up a copy. Okay, now, one thing I did forget to say real quick that I should have said at the beginning of this video, but I just slipped my mind. If you have units that are at 79%, aka 2 dupes, don't try to go for the rainbow just yet, unless literally you have everyone else rainbowed. If you only got like 2 more characters you need a rainbow, then worry about the rainbow. Okay, if you have a bunch of these units that I'm personally saying, or maybe there's another unit on the list from the list there that you have at 2 dupes already, then don't go. It doesn't matter after that. Okay, it really doesn't. Go and pick up other characters that you could use on your other teams if they are worth it. If you can't though, and again, you only need to snag like maybe 3 more copies of somebody or different characters, and then you completely have everyone rainbow, then yeah, clearly pick those guys up. But for example, with Bulla here, if you do not have her, then I suggest definitely picking up a copy. If you have her at, you know, 1 or 2 dupes, then there's no need to really pick her up or anything like that. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there real quick. Okay, second card I want to be going over is the God Toppo. Okay, God Toppo is an amazing support unit. He fits on one of the best teams in the entire game, which is Realm of Gods. He's actually on Last Resort as well, which is a very good team. And he's about to get an EZA, and he's a support unit. Okay, all allies attack and defense up 35%, which is really nice. All enemies defense minus 50% it's whatever. It's kind of garbage, honestly. But he's about to get an EZA, which is really, really good. Not to mention when he does a super attack, he increases his allies attack by 25% for 1 turn. So I can easily see that hitting 30% once he gets his EZA. We don't know exactly what that EZA is going to be, obviously, but it will be coming out on the 16th of July. So keep that in mind right there. He's going to be paired up with a Dispo. So even if this guy, you know, doesn't get that much of a upgrade in his passive and everything, he's still a very good unit to have. Again, if you've already got him at a couple of dupes, don't even go for this guy then. You know, throw your wish strips at other characters that you don't have and that you could definitely use some dupes in to help you in something like Super Battle Road or in the Legendary Goku event or Infinite Dragon Ball History. Okay, so snag this guy if you don't have a copy of him, especially because we don't know what his EZA is going to do, but it can only get better, right? For the most part, EZAs do nothing but get better. So I easily see this guy being a very good card to have on your list. Okay. Next, going on to my next card is going to be the INT Brianne. Okay. She is, as of this moment, I believe the best Peppy Gals transformation. I say transformation because she's also the transformation boost category, but the best transforming Peppy Gals leader skill. Okay. She's 120% to Peppy Gals basically. She also seals the attack and does supreme damage. She transforms right away. The moment you have her on turn, she's there right away. She makes Peppy Gals Super Battle Road stupid easy, okay? Because she gets attack and defense up 120% automatically, an additional 10% attack and defense, and all enemies lose attack and defense by 10% for a total of 30% for each Peppy Gals category ally on your team, okay? So if you build a full Peppy Gals team, you're lowering your enemy's attack and defense by 30%. You're gaining extra attack and defense by 10%. And you're also giving key +2 attack and defense up 30% to your allies. Yeah, she's really good, guys. Okay. Plus, she's kind of a rare card. I know a lot of people that don't have her. I don't have her any dupes, actually. So I definitely picked up a couple. I'm going to be picking up a couple of copies with her. Because obviously we don't have all 7 as of right now. So by I'd say the middle of the month, you should be able to get all 7 of your wish strips and everything. Okay, so keep that in mind. But overall, she's a very good card to have. Very, very good card. Makes, again, Peppy Gal Super Battle Road super, super easy. And even some of the legendary or Infinite Dragon Ball history events. Definitely a very good card. Pick her up if you don't have it. Okay. And by the way, FYI, she does really good with even no dupes. So if you just want to pick up one copy and that's it, you're done. That's it. Okay. Very good card. Moving on, we're going to be going on to, I think, one that I think a lot of people are definitely going to agree with, and that's going to be a combo card here. It's going to be the INT Goten Super Saiyan and the TEQ Trunks. They are both from the Bio Brawly event, or in terms of, the metals you use to farm them up. But they are from banners. Obviously, they're not free to play units, but they are the Kamehameha category. Key plus 3 stats up 100%, which is kind of just whatever, to be perfectly honest, but they work really well together on the same rotation. They cause supreme damage, and they raise their allies' attack by 30% for one turn. Both of them do, okay? Attack up 20%. They're basically the same card after this, by the way. Both of them get 100%, 120% attack. They reduce damage automatically by 40%, no matter what, okay? Just by being, even if you have them alone, they reduce damage by 40%, which is really good, okay? Then, on a side note, you get an additional 70% attack and reduce damage received by an additional 30% when performing a super attack when your ally is named Kid Trunks or Krillin, because Krillin, who was also in the movie, he does in their super attack, they do the triple Kamehameha. That's literally the name of their super attack. So if you happen to have them on the same rotation, then they're doing all that extra stuff. But even if they're not, both this Trunks and Goten do very well on their own. And I mean, mitigating 40% damage is not bad by any means. The only time you're really going to be suffering from that is maybe in Extreme Super Battle Road. That obviously I think is going to hurt them still. At any other events, you're doing fine with 40% mitigation. You really are. Put them together. Yeah, they're doing just fine. They are doing just fine. Okay. So definitely really good cards right there. A lot of people have them, I think, but then again, not everybody does. And it's always nice to have dupes into them if you need them. Again, they fit on a ton of categories: Hybrid Saiyan, Majin Buu Saga, Movie Heroes, Vegeta Family, or Goku Family for Goten, Youth, Super Saiyans, Kamehameha, you name it. Very, very good cards. So these guys were a no-brainer in terms of wanting to put them on my list. And I was like, yeah, no, they're very good cards. They are definitely very good cards. All right. Moving on to my next one. This one, I feel a lot of people are going to say no, or they're going to say for the AGL one. I have to disagree with that personally, okay? This Goku, this Super Saiyan 2 physical Goku, is an amazing unit once he gets an EZA, okay? Causes supreme damage to the enemy and raises his defense by 30% for 6 turns. All allies keep plus 3 and defense up 30%. And if you throw him onto the Super Saiyan 2 category, which is one of my personal favorite categories, then he will give all those allies attack up 30%, okay? And he gets attack and defense up 70% for his own, just for his own stats, okay? Now, the reason I'm picking him for defense over the AGL one, who does attack, so if you want to go ahead and grab the AGL one, by all means, you can go ahead, is because the AGL one stacks attack by 30% for 6 turns, and he gives allies attack and not defense, and he only gives Super Saiyan 2 allies defense, okay? Now, if you've ever taken this guy in the Super Battle Road, this dude can tank, actually. He really can. Throw him on rotation with basically anybody. He's not only given them defense, which is going to have them tank even better in Extreme Super Battle Road, but he himself is doing really well defensive-wise, okay? I even brought this guy into the Majin Buu Saga Super Battle Road stage, which generally is not too hard. It can be beaten free to play and everything. But this guy could tank no problem on that stage just by himself. And not to mention the fact that he was given defense to the other units on there. And I was just like, yeah, this guy is a no-brainer, okay? Obviously, I know some people will prefer attack over defense, which is, like I said, if you want to take the AGL one over the physical one, that's totally fine. That's up to you. But for me personally, this physical Goku, mwah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Love this card. Never regretted Rainbow him or anything. So definitely snag him if you can. He's an awesome, awesome unit, okay? All right. Finally, going on to my last card here, again, for my personal opinion, is the TEQ Vegeta Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, or just Super Saiyan Blue, okay? Now, I do believe the physical Goku is not on here, actually, okay? Unless I am just that blind and I am not seeing him, because this TEQ Goku up here, the Super Saiyan Blue Goku, is a nuker. And then, obviously, the physical Vegeta down here is the other nuker. But they gave us an option to snag either this free-to-play one, basically, because he's been available via other tickets and everything. Amazing support unit, which I didn't put him on my list just because, again, he's been free in the Baba Shop for so long with other events that have come and gone. So unless you're a super new player, most people already have him. But this Vegeta is really good because he stacks attack and defense. He changes orbs, which is really, really nice. He gets attack and defense up 20% for each of any key sphere he obtains, plus an additional 10% attack and defense when it's a tech key sphere. And it just works out really well. Not to mention, again, he's on Realm of Gods, Pure Sands, Vegeta Family, Sibling Bond, Worldly Rivals. The list goes on and on, essentially, okay? This Vegeta is super, super good. I would have put the Goku on here as kind of like a combo of these two. But again, unless I'm absolutely blind, which I've now looked over this thing like 50 times now, that Goku's not in here. Because that Goku, which is the equivalent of this Vegeta, because this guy's tech, that Goku's physical. And he's not on here, okay? So that's why I put this Vegeta as this next one. A lot of people just consider this guy to be the best of the Super Saiyan Blue Vegetas in terms of just standalone Super Saiyan Blues. I personally feel that each Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta has their own personal strengths and weaknesses when it comes to certain events. Like this guy's obviously the best for longer events. And then there's another one that is going to be good for shorter events and everything like that. But regardless, this guy is super, super good, especially if you throw him on the same rotation as the physical Super Saiyan Blue Goku or any other god units. Essentially, this guy links up really well with them, gives them a lot of key, gives them a lot of attack stats and everything. He's doing super, super well. So that's why I personally have this guy in here. Now, I want to clarify one thing that I know a lot of people are probably gonna be asking me about as to why I do not have one particular unit on here, and I kind of mentioned him already because he's gonna be getting an EZA very soon. And that is, I was talking about with Toppo here, that I just gave it away. Dispo is getting EZA, okay? Now, this is not me saying that Dispo's EZA is going to be garbage. I'm not saying that the card right now is garbage or anything like that. He's a very good card. The reason I don't have him on this list is for, I'd say 2 to 3 reasons, okay? 2 to 3 because I'm trying to think of that third reason on the top of my head, but it's not coming to me at this very moment I was recording, and I'd already thought about this when I was coming home on the train and everything. But regardless, first reason I don't really have Dispo up here in terms of the top of the top ones you should be taking from this. Again, if Dispo is the only card on this list that you need, then yeah, snag all the copies of Dispo you want. You'll have them rainbowed and ready to go, okay? But the reason I don't have Dispo on here is, first reason, is categories. He's on 2 categories, Universal Survival and Special Poses. Special Poses is garbage, okay? It's a garbage of a leader skill. It's garbage of a category. No one's gonna run him on there, okay? Universal Survival Saga, yes, he can be very good on there. You throw him on there with Jiren, you throw him on there with the God Toppo, especially once both of these two get their EZAs. He's gonna be very, very good, okay? Because as of right now, he hits 20% attack and a chance to evade enemies attack, including super attacks, plus 15% up to 60% at the start of each turn, okay? Which is still pretty good. Causes spring damage and he raises his attack for 6 turns, okay? Now, you can obviously run him on Super AGL if you want to, but again, the only really stages you will run type teams is going to be on Super Battle Road. This guy cannot survive at all because you're relying a lot on RNG. Maybe again with his EZA, maybe he will be really good for Extreme Super Battle Road, and I'll eat my words, and that's totally fine. But again, he's only on 2 categories, okay? The second reason, which I kind of just mentioned, is that he doesn't really have any defense. And personally for me, just simply relying on chances with something like dodge, especially in those harder events, not a fan of that. The longer events, they start locking your ability to dodge, and so this guy cannot tank at all. And then on Super Battle Road, you get caught with 1 attack, and yeah, it's pretty painful, okay? So that's my second reason for him right there. And I think third is that his links just kind of suck. They really do. Again, I know if you're throwing him on in the Universal Survival Saga, obviously, which is his best category, he's fine if you're running him with Toppo and with Jiren. Other than that, though, that's basically it. Toppo at least is a support unit, and whatever he's about to gain from his EZA, he's on Universal Survival Saga, obviously just like Dispo, but he's on Realm of Gods and Last Resort. Dispo's not. So, I mean, you can chalk that up to Akatsuki being terrible at making their categories and everything, but regardless, at least Toppo is a support unit and is on 2 of the best teams in the entire game, okay? Yeah, that's a big difference from Toppo and Dispo here, okay? Dispo, it just in my personal opinion, again, I'm not the biggest fan of him, okay? He's not bad, he's not terrible, and if this is the only card you need, snag a copy of him, take a couple copies of him, right? But I just couldn't put him on the top 7, okay? Again. And like I said before, most of this list here they're all very good cards, right? If all 7 of mine that I just announced, that you have them all rainbowed or at least 2 dupes, and just go and snag whoever you want, guys. What is your best team? What team could be really upgraded by snagging that card? For all you know, it could be like INT Brianne, INT Zamasu to make your future and Time Travelers team better, right? Or if you wanted to take this STR Fat Boo here, who's really good for the World Tournament, and on full power and everything like that under physical Broly. Super, super amazing card, you know? Super Saiyan 3 Goku's not even, he's not a bad choice himself either, right? So there's tons of options and everything. And there are even other cards in here that haven't gotten their EZAs yet that could easily be super, super amazing, right? We just don't know what they are going to be yet. So, I mean, I left out something like the SSJ2 Goku up here, Angel, because he's been around since the year 3 anniversary. And I feel like if you've been around that time or just basically been playing the game at all, a lot of people have this card. So again, amazing card after his EZA and everything. Just, I feel like a lot of people have him. So that's why I didn't really go with him. So again, these were my 7 that I personally picked in terms of being the best of the best. Again, in my personal opinion, that you can use your 7 wish strips to try and snag, okay? And again, I gave my reasons as to why I don't think Dispo's worth it being on my personal list, but if he's on your list, that's totally fine. But yeah, so that's basically it right there. These are the 7 cards that I believe you should, if you need help or you're trying to pick what characters you want, snag those 7. Otherwise, snag whatever you want, guys. We are all human beings. We're allowed to think for ourselves. And whatever cards is going to make your personal teams best, or whatever teams you like to personally run the most, pick whichever cards you want, okay? Now, there are obviously a few I would say don't pick. For example, this TEQ Vegeta here. Probably this Super Buu I wouldn't really pick. INT Trunks, INT Gohan. I wouldn't really pick those guys. You know, they're kind of hot garbage. So, you know, it is what it is. But regardless, most of these cards are pretty good on the list. I think most people are gonna be able to pick their own, but go with what you want, okay? So anyway, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments as always, and let me know in the comments what cards are you picking up with your wish strips and why. Just give me a reason why. Just be like, yeah, these are the last ones I need, or I really want to make my Universal Survival Saga team better, or I really want to make my future team better, right? Or whatever the case is gonna be. Pick whichever cards you want, all right? So anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for the video though. Until next time, everyone, I'll see you all in the next one. Johnny.